Hi, welcome to the Cables, Lace, and Tails podcast. My name is Sue, and I am a maker from northwestern Wisconsin. I have Talulla on me and Anya underneath me. We'll see how they do today. They are very cuddly. My daughter is off and about, and so they are feeling a little lonely without her. Yes, so they've been really cuddly with me lately. Yeah. Anyway, how's it going? Today, there may be storms. We're under a heat advisory. It is quite humid and gross outside. I turned off all the fans except for the ceiling fan to reduce the noise. And I'm boiling in my cherry sweater. I'm going to put my kitty down. Oof. Say goodbye. Goodbye. Okay. Now, I do have some enticement over here for her to keep her close. Look. Yes. Oh, there's the other one. She meowed. So, I'll get into that later. Anyway, this is the cherry sweater. It goes to about here. I did split the hem, as you can see, but I modified this heavily. My cat is attacking my feet underneath my stool. Anyway, yes, I modified it in the sense that I think I started with the largest size for the neckline because I do not like having tight things around my neck. And then I thought, oh no, it'll be too big. And then I sized down by just not increasing as much in this area. And then I increased, and then it was fitting really well. I thought, oh, I made this really good decision. And then I got to split for the sleeves, and I put it on, and it was really tight. And I thought, oh, I made a mistake. So then I added a whole bunch of stitches. You can kind of see it rippling down here. I think I added more. I want to say more than 50 stitches. We'll just say 50 because I don't remember. And I think I wrote it down, but I didn't look at it because I didn't want to remember. Anyway, that was a mistake because I didn't realize how this yarn would block out. And it is quite wide. I don't know if it looks good on me. I can't really stand up in my little corner here and show you, but it's fine. I mean, I'll still wear it. And if it's, I don't have to look amazing every single day. It's all about personality anyway. So I finished the hem. I sewed it under. I'm wearing a shirt underneath. So I sewed it under. I decided not to have the front higher than the back. I made them even. And then I did the sleeves, and I did the same technique where you, I think you knit for, but the sleeves were 18 centimeters. And then you do a purl bump, and then you knit for another 3 centimeters, I believe. And then you just sew it down. I did bind off with a larger size needle. I used Knit Picks, Foursquare, Laminated Birch, Sunstruck needles in US size 5 or 3.75 for the main body. I think I did a size US 3 for the neck, but I'm not 100% sure because it's probably about a year since I started making this. Probably. I should really start taking better notes, but I always think, oh, I'll do it later, and then I don't. Anyway, this is Knit Picks Alpaca, Upcycle Alpaca blend in the color Squirrel. It's a nice brown, but it has lots of different hues in it. When you stand out in the sun, you can see the pinks and the reds and the tans and the darker browns. It is really pretty. It is a very soft sweater. I am experiencing a little bit of prickliness right now, but I am hot, and I think I would experience any kind of prickliness with any type of blend of fiber. This Upcycle Alpaca blend is 33% alpaca, 33% acrylic and 34% wool. It is made from the leftover bits and bobs of other yarn lines, and then they spun it to create this. This is the sport weight yarn. However, they only have the worsted yarn on their website at this moment. Last week, I did not put my affiliate link in the description below due to the carpet beetle situation that is surrounding knit picks at this time. I'm still debating if I will add my affiliate link to my description, but I am an affiliate member. My link is in previous videos. If you click on that link, then it'll send you to the site, and in anything that you buy from them, I receive a small commission. I'm just putting it out there because I want to be honest. And honesty is the way to be in life. There's too many liars around. There's, I'd rather lose, how can I put it? I'd rather lose a financial gain by being honest than doing it underhandedly and reaping in the product. And if they do have a situation, they are working on it, because it is a company, and companies, generally speaking, nowadays, although, well, we'll just say nowadays, really try to keep their customers happy. Not all, not some, but generally speaking. Anyway, so you can also buy really good needles from them. I really enjoy their knitting needles, and I'm really pleased with the products I'm receiving from their knitting needles in my hands as I'm creating things. Like, I used the Foursquare for this one, and granted, in the round, I did add, a considerably amount, a lot more stitches, and my hands would tire because I get tired of knitting in the round, but using the Foursquare needles helped with that. And I really am glad I have those needles. I have them in the regular size and the shorties, so it really does well with the sleeve. Like with the sleeve, I would do the left hand with the shorty and the right hand with the regular, because that's how it works well for my hands. Now, I debated, will I block this? Will I steam it? Should I iron it? I was really at odds with what I should do. I was afraid of the steaming and ironing because of the acrylic composition of the yarn. And I'm like, what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? I decided to soak it in Eucalyptus, you don't have to rinse that, Eucalyptus wool wash, which has lanolin in it, and you don't have to rinse it. That really makes things easier. So I soaked it for 20 minutes, squeezed out, just like pressing, squeezed out a lot of the water, rolled it in the towels, stood on it, got all the water that I could out, put a bunch of fans on it, and then pinned it out. I did not stretch anything. I not, I don't say cinched, but I just kind of kept it really close together. And I so it didn't really stretch out too much. I don't have a lot of blocking mats or blocking pins at this present moment in time, which I am changing because I saw someone, I can't remember where, it was either Instagram or YouTube, and they said, those floor mats that you get for kids' playrooms, or like little toddlers. We had some, but we got rid of them because cat puke. We had an old cat. His name was Sasha, and he was a chronic puker. We found him in the weeds of between our houses. He was abandoned. He was declawed and fixed, and we thought he was a girl for 5 years. That changed, but he was a chronic puker, and he would always puke on those, and you wash them, but after a while they were just gross. So we got rid of those, but they have them at Menards. I'm not a big fan of Menards, but it's the only homeware or home improvement store that we have around here that is a decent price. There's a whole story about how Menards won't let Home Depot or Lowe's come into the Eau Claire area, but You can look that up for yourself. I have actually waited on John Menard when I used to work at Sweetwater's, which is not a restaurant anymore because they demolished it. And this is quite a number of years ago. And he was a very cheap tipper. Just gonna say it. Yeah. No more than 10% from a billionaire. I don't know. If I was a billionaire and I was eating at a restaurant, I would make that waitress's life awesome. That's just who I am, though, because I know what it's like to have very little and make great things happen from it. Okay. Tangent aside, I will be buying some more of those floor tiles and using them as blocking mats. They are a lot cheaper than buying the blocking mats off of Amazon. I mean, like, a lot cheaper. Instead of spending, say, I'm just pulling out a number, $35 to $45 for 9 blocking mats, I can spend maybe $20 on twice as many. Anyway, that's that. So I did block it. I put it on my bed for the first part. And then, of course, I have to go to bed. So then I had my daughter help me carry this pinned out blocking mat thing. I said, be careful because there's pins all over the place. And so we brought it out. I stuck it in my craft room, office, whatever you want to call it. It's not really a craft room. It's not really an office. It's a catch-all room. And I had the ceiling fan, the other fan, and the AC going at that time. It dried overnight. I was really happy. So then I took it and I pinned, I have one right here. I pinned all around, these are just cheap ones off of Amazon. I just pinned the hem all the way around so it was holding it to where I wanted it to be. And then I took stick pins and I just made a section of it laying flat. And then I just grabbed the pearl bump and then I went underneath the two here. And I firm but gentle, not too loose, not too tight. And then I would, do this every once in a while because you want it to be secure, not snag, and at the same time you don't want it to be too cinched in. So I just spent quite a bit of time working on that, and I did it in sections. I did the hem one side, I did the hem the next side, and then I did the arm, and then I did the other arm, and I just did it in sections. Now I'm going to take off my mic because I am steaming hot. This will be awesome to wear at school in the winter. Now, I just got this top. It's linen blend from Target. It fit. It is going to be something I am going to wear under my sweaters at school because I got quite hot some days wearing t-shirts underneath my, hopefully that works, t-shirts underneath my sweaters, my wool sweaters. Okay, I hope you can hear me. I do talk loud sometimes, but I have noticed that I compensate for talking too loud by talking too quietly on my videos. All right, so let's see. That's it. That's all I have to say about the, oh, wait. I got it from, oh, where did I put it? I think I put it away. It is, there it is. It is from this book, the Sandes Garn company. They do not make these books anymore, but you can still buy their patterns off the website. This is their version. They also have a stripe version. In another book, they have a summer version, so you can make this in different types of fiber. Now, I am really happy with it overall. I did put a little bit of acrylic yarn at the back, and I weaved it in just so I would know which way was which. I'm just holding it up. That is the front. This is the back. I mean, it is a very nice sweater. Would I make this pattern again? I think I would. However, I would just make the largest size and not increase the width and see how that would turn out. Would I use this yarn again? Yes, I would. Do I have a lot of this yarn? Yes, I do. Would I use different yarn? Possibly. Hey, she's being really naughty with my yarn lately. I'll show you what she's attached. Talulla. Hey, Tululu. Oh, hold on. Are you okay? Okay. She got free. Why don't I just tell you what she did yesterday? Yesterday, I was working on a project that I'll show you later. I don't know if you can tell, but holes, pricks, holes. So I'm working on these black socks. It is kind of challenging with light, you know. It's summer, so if you have the windows open, it gets really hot. If you have the lights on and the windows closed, you feel like you live in a dungeon. So I was working on this yesterday, and I said to myself, okay, I need to get to, I want to finish the cuffs first. That's how I work on my socks. I'll tell you that in a second. So I had to get to 9 inches, and I measured, and I did an inch. I was at 8 inches. I was like, cool, I'm gonna go work on something else for a while. And I just put this on my coffee table thinking, she's not gonna bother it. She's not gonna bother it. No. And then I heard her chirp, and I'm like, oh no. So I came out to my living room, and it was in her kill spot, and she had tried to kill the yarn. She did not harm the project inside. She did snag a little bit, but I was able to pull that back with a crochet hook. Now, oh, my other cat's right here. Hello, Anya. Okay, so I use double pointed needles. These are Knitter's Pride. Now it's under Knit Pro, but Knitter's Pride Zings. They have a blunt tip. They're all right. They are showing some signs of wear and tear. These I've had since 2019. I use them a lot. And I keep my socks in 2 different bags just so I know where I am and things don't get too, I know now. Nell's out here. She's right over there. She's like, I want to be part of this too. Nell, is there a puppy outside? No. Okay, so I work both sections. I'm trying to hide this from my cat. So I work both separately, but at the same time. So each of these are 9 inches per the instructions. Now you can see you can see the pin. I did 2 inches yesterday. And sometimes it gets really monotonous, but I just get into the thought of one more needle, one more needle, one more needle, one more needle, and then I'm pleasantly surprised when I get to that point. So now that these are both at 9 inches, I will then work on the heel flap, turn heel, gusset, and then I will get to a point I'm thinking about halfway through the foot part, we'll see, before I cast on another pair of socks. I like getting to that point of halfway through the sock and then starting a new one, because it energizes me to finish the foot and do the toe. And then when I get to that certain part of the foot where they, per the instructions, measure, then I will do the heel or toe, then I'll do the toe. I like doing it in those, in that method. It keeps me equal to where I am in the instructions, and then I can see them growing, whereas like, the second sock syndrome, where people will be like, oh, I finished one and now I have to do the other. This way, having the 2, it makes me just continue edging forward and taking those steps towards finishing. It is my preferred sock pattern from Ann Bud's Knitter's Handy Book of Patterns. It comes in mittens, gloves, like mittens, gloves, hats, socks, sweaters, there's scarves, there's vests, and there's even, I think they're tams. So I just follow it. I'm just going to open it up to a section. I have a lot of notes in here, so I just don't want to lose my stuff. I have a lot of stuff going on. Okay, this is the vest. I haven't made a vest yet. I want to, I just haven't. So it's a spreadsheet book. You find your yarn, your needle, your gauge, and then you follow those instructions. I prefer her heel flap. It fits my foot really well. I've only done one other sock pattern and it did not fit my foot at all. And then when I tried hers, it did. I also make a modification on all of my socks because I have thickness around my base of my foot to my ankle. And so also when they say like pick up 18 gusset stitches, I always end up with a hole. So I just pick up as many stitches as I want and I make it even on both sides. So if I pick up 22, I pick up 22, and it just gives me a little bit more flexibility. It doesn't cut off my circulation at that point of my foot, which commercial socks do. Okay, so yes, this bag will probably be well, I can't even use it for picking up dog do because there's so many holes in there. Uh-oh. No. She almost knocked over a light. So, yeah, this is going well. I'm very excited to get this done. I am using a US 2.5 for the beginning part of the cuff, and now I'm using a US 2 for the main part of the sock. Put that off to the side. So, this past week, I had a lot of company. A lot from both sides of the family, and we ended up, you know, visiting and whatnot, and I did not do a lot of knitting, and the knitting I did do was all like, okay, I'm just working on my socks, I know exactly what to do. I'm just working on my cardigan, I know exactly what to do. It was not thought producing. It wasn't my lace stuff. I didn't work on any of my sewing or embroidery. It was just basically around and around or back and forth, back and forth. I think it's going to rain again. Anyway, we have a lot of storms in our area. Oh, she's so sweet. She's sleeping underneath me. I wish I could take the camera and show you, but she is just a sweetheart. Oh, yes, you are. You're so pretty. You're just a beautiful girl. I would pick her up, but then she'd all be claws. And, you know, let a sleeping cat be. All right. So I am going to talk about my cardigans. Okay, so I decided I'm going to start with the Dolce, Barocco Dolce V-neck drop shoulder cardigan. And I have a mess here. Okay, let's see. Let me see. What did I do? Oh, this is extra. Okay. All right. Okay. The cats love this, so I'm trying to hide it from them. Okay. So this is my first sleeve. As you can see, I still have the pins, but they are disappearing. Why are they disappearing? So this is the first sleeve. It's nice. It'll be a lovely sweater. I don't even want to put it on me because I am wretchedly hot right now. And this is my second sleeve, and I am taking the pins from my first sleeve and putting them on my second sleeve so I can see my progress, and know when I'm finished without having to think about it too much. I don't know why I haven't worked on this as much. I think it's because I'm trying to get some progress done on my other two cardigans. But I mean, this has just been a lovely, lovely, lovely yarn. It is a discontinued yarn. The last time I looked, which was a couple of months ago, you can still find it online. It is a core of nylon, cotton, and wool. It's a braided core, and then it has brushed alpaca. I don't know why they discontinued it. It is beautiful. This is the color Jade. I did a 1x1 rib throughout. I will do a 1x1 rib for the button band and collar, and I'm using a US, I believe 7 or 4.5 millimeter, and this is the Knit Picks Reflections set, which is a stainless steel with a little bit of nickel. I love these. I love these so much that I invested in the, so I got a free Try Me set one time when I was buying yarn a while ago. It was probably at Christmas or something like that, where if you bought so much in products, then you could get a free set. And I decided, you know, I would like to try it. So I got the free set. This was the free ones, but I like these so much that I bought the regular size, the shorties, and the lace. I really like them. For me, I like to feel something substantial in my hands, and I like the glide. I like the point. Can you see? I'm really scared. I have a cat. So anyway, this didn't get as much attention this past 2 weeks, but it did get some attention, and I am looking forward to wearing it at work. It is going to be soft as a kitten's belly. I am extremely excited to get it done, and it's just going to take a little bit of time because I'm on my last sleeve. Then I'll block the pieces, then I will sew them up, and I'll do the button band, and then I'll wear it to work, and I'll be like, I made this, I made this. No, 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 no. My lamp is going like this. She's decided to put herself in this really tiny spot between the chair and the couch and to make a nest. Stop. Do not, please. Oh my. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna just let her destroy the carpet because I can't stop her. Anyway, so the thing I did work on quite a bit, and I'm using a US, I do not remember. I'm using my lace set of the Reflections Knit Picks needles. Let's see. It is, the thing I like about this too is that the size is actually like it's etched, but not, I don't know how they did it. I think it's etched. Like with the Knitter's Pride, sometimes the needle size, if it's on the needle itself, will wear off, and so far this has not. I am using a US 3 or 3.25 centimeter. I know I used a US 2 for the ribbing. I am doing a 2x2 ribbing. This is the color Camel. It's a marled yarn. It is Knit Picks Palette. I bought this yarn I think 2019. I think it was 2019. And so it's been sitting in my stash for, 6 years. And smells good, feels good. I love palette. It is a fingering weight 2-ply yarn. I've used palette in a number of projects, and I'm always pleasantly ecstatic with the finished result. Sometimes knitting with fingering can take forever. In fact, with my other cardigan that I made out of this, but in the briar color, I used Knitter's Pride bamboo needles, and that was it was so awful. It took so long. The bamboo was the wrong choice for the yarn. That was that was me, but that's all I had at that time. At that time, all I had were the size 3 in that type of needle. So I'm glad I invested in this because this so smooth. The you cannot use the same cables as the regular or shorties because it's a different size needle. It doesn't bother me. It is what it is. So I love this. It is going really quickly. Now, I was thinking in the past, I would always put, you know, pins in my areas to denote armhole shaping. And then with the Dolce V-neck cardigan, I didn't want to put pins in it because I didn't want it to snag with that very luxurious brushed alpaca yarn. So I employed a lifeline. And then I thought to myself, you know, I really, really enjoyed using that lifeline. It really made a huge difference. I'm going to start doing that some more. So I put a green lifeline in this one because I didn't think I could see white. And here's a fun fact. Well, okay, whatever. Back in 2019, I like milk, so I'm drinking milk today. Okay. In 2018, I started going to Not Just Knitting at the library. Then one lady and there was other ladies there that also went to Happy Hookers at the senior center. Now I wasn't a senior, so I didn't think I could go there, but I could. I just had to pay $2 for the sitting fee versus $1. Whoop-de-doo, right? Keep the lights on. So I started going to Happy Hookers. It was really fun. I enjoyed it at that time. And in the beginning of going to Happy Hookers, they also had a little thrift store. And then you could go there and then things were they had them priced so cheaply, like almost too cheap. You felt bad that you were stealing from them, but that's what they charged you. I got some glassware, I got, you know, some other stuff, but I always looked at the yarn craft section. I got some fabric there, you know, just whatever. So this one day, I'm gonna pick up this crinkly bag. I was there, and they always had like extra bags from wherever. And this was brand new, not ever used. What is it? It's J&P Coats. It's acrylic. It's a cable twist. Coats and Clark. It's 1.75 ounces, 50 grams, and it's just black, you know. So I've never used it, not yet. But I also had all these. This was 25 cents. How much was this one? 25 cents. 25 cents. 25 cents. And this one, I really like this one. This is mercerized cotton, 30, size 30, Coats and Clark. It was a big ball. So I used this on my sweater, but this was in this bag, with this bag. So that was like all together in that bag. And then this was miscellaneous, and it was probably, I don't even know. So I got some, I mean, it's pretty cheap. It's eyelet lace. And then this is plastic lace, which I don't know what I would use it for. I really don't. Then this is some binding. Maybe it'll come in handy. And I mean, I've had this now for 6 years. I haven't used it a lot, mostly for lifelines. This is plastic as well. This was for steeking a sweater. It's just pretty. You know, it's only a small amount left. There, I'll go like that. Um, yeah, so I mean, I was like, cool. But the reason why I bought this Ziploc bag is because whoever it was before, they had started making, I don't know what they were making, to be perfectly honest. It came like this. Now, I've taken it apart, but I'm not going to take it all apart. And I just have one here. I don't want to take it too much. Okay. So there's all these little motifs. And so I would like to sew this all up and make a doily of something. Here, I'll get my fingers out of the way. You know, someone was working on this. They enjoyed doing this. And I just couldn't see it, you know, disappearing into the garbage. So, honoring someone's legacy, whoever it was. And so, when I was thinking about putting a lifeline in my palette cardigan, I was thinking, well, what color should I use? And I didn't want to use white, which I have, and I didn't want to use the red because I have that using with something else. And then I remembered I had this bag from long time ago. And so just because you get something a long time ago and it stays in your stash doesn't mean you won't use it, okay? It's there for the future. You may not know, like when I bought this bag of stuff, the ladies are like, well, what are you going to do with that? I said, I don't know. I'll figure that out. And I think that really bothers some people because they don't trust the process. They just want to know, and they only want the thing, and they don't want too much, and they don't want blah, blah, blah. That's not me. I may collect to a point of, I won't say excess, but, and I will get through my stuff, but I have realized this past week, 2 weeks, going through my things, that I kind of went nuts when Joann was closing. So I'm going to finish talking about this and then I'll discuss some more. So I got to the point in the pattern where you start binding off for the armhole shaping. And then I got to the point of I'm done with the decreases. And now I just have to knit another 7 to 8 inches and then I'll do the shoulder shaping and then my back will be done. But I decided to put this on hold for just a little bit to get my other sweater that's using the same pattern but a different gauge and a different yarn. Thank you, Talulla. She's sitting right off to the side watching all of my things. I decided to get to the same part in the pattern with my Upcycle Alpaca blend. So the palette is a set-in sleeve cardigan. And this is also a set-in sleeve cardigan. But I'm gonna do, and I'm debating, because you don't figure out the crew neck or the V-neck until you do the front. So I think I may do, I don't know what I wrote down before. I'll have to look back at my other stuff. But I'm not going to worry about it right now because I'm just working on the back. So as you can see, I have worked on this quite a bit. There's my pin. Oh, okay. She loves this yarn. I'm going to just move it over here for a second because I want to put my pin somewhere else on this one. So I did a lot of work in the last 2 weeks on these. I did probably, you know, a good 6 inches. There's the blue little pin. I'm trying to hide this because she thinks she's playing. She thinks it's playtime, but I do not want to play. Oh, I think we're going to get bad storms today because it keeps getting really dark and then the sun comes out and the humidity is so high. Yeah, see, like the pin kind of yanks on my fabric. And I don't like that, so I'm just going to have to be careful. So let's see how far I can get in a week. But these two projects, even though they're the same pattern, same size, I'm doing the size 42-inch bust, but I'm doing the length in the size 40 because I have a shorter body. That is the gauge is 7 stitches per inch on the palette, and this is 6 stitches per inch for the Upcycle Alpaca blend. This is the color. she's right here. She's playing. This is the color Titanium. I am using size 4 or 3.5 millimeter. This is the Knit Picks Reflections set. I did use size 3 for the 1x1 rib. And I did, let's see, I think I did, wow. I'm very close to splitting, or not splitting, putting the lifeline in to denote where the sleeves start, the armhole shaping. But I think I did like 8 inches. I don't want her to snag this so bad. So I've been sitting here with this in my yarn bowl, and she's just like, she's gone over and attacked it, and she's sassy. So I only have like another, I think I just measured right before I was gonna record because I was trying to get it done, and then I said, you know, you're just pushing yourself. What's the point? It'll get done. I only have about another 3/4 of an inch, a little less, to get to the armhole shaping area, and then I'm going to do the armhole shaping and get it to the same part in the pattern. So with each cardigan, I'm going to do the same thing as I do with my socks. I get to a certain point, I get to a certain point, and then I go to the next step. So I'm not like trying to figure out exactly where I am and all of this. No, 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 no. That's dangerous. No, no. No, no. No, Talulla. I'm going to just pick her up and give her some love. She is attacking another thing I want to show, and I really do not want that. Okay. Anywho. All right. It's lovely. I love working with this yarn. It has a nice twist to it, and it feels kind of smooth and bumpy at the same time, and it's really lovely. Now, as I mentioned, it gets dark in my house, and using dark yarn in a dark house doesn't always work. So I bought this little lamp that clips, that clips to my shelf, because having it up too high, which I did at first, hold on, I had it up here, way up high, and the lights really hurt my eyes. It's a really strong LED light. There is only one setting, on or off. It is a cheap $8 light I got at Target, not sponsored. It's in their college section, but it is really handy. And then just having it like this, and I can turn it, and it has that gooseneck where you can kind of move it. I can put it towards the thing I'm looking at, and it really helps. I'm crazy right now, and all I want to do is play. And my mama's talking to the camera, and I just want to play with her yarn and her sewing projects, and I want to create chaos. Yay, chaos! You're so pretty. Okay, so that's about it. I'm just working on those. I'm getting to the same place in both of them, and then I can see my progress. I am looking forward to having more cardigans for work. Now, I am using, for those two patterns, I'm using Ann Bud's sweater pattern book. And it's the same spreadsheet thing where you find your yarn, you find your needle, and you go on from there. Yay! Are you gonna put me down now? Yes, I am. 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 So after company left, I started working on things, and I started this. This was a self-drafted nightgown. Actually, is it self-drafted? I took an old maternity nightgown I had. She's chaos. That I really like, but it like, you know, goes way down here, and they're old. And I love this fabric. I got it from Joann's many years ago, and they only had so much, not really enough, but I thought it was going to be enough. Now, I did what some people show on YouTube where you can take your pattern from your clothes. And I thought, I'm going to teach myself this. So I did. Did I do it right? I have no idea. I am going with the flow on this. I never sewed on knit fabric before. It is very stretchy. I think it's a two-way stretch fabric. I did use the Z-stitch, so it would, give some stretch to everything. I didn't even measure. I didn't even iron. I just kind of folded down the cuffs or hems or whatever. This is the armhole. I just folded down the armhole because I was trying to think, should I bind it? Does it need to be bound? Will it fray? I don't know. This is my experiment, okay? So I took those clips and I just went around and I just kind of clipped it. I have a pretty good feel of things. And I did not cut things straight. I did not cut things evenly, as you can see right here. But it's a nightgown, and even if I only get so much time out of it, I think I could still repair it. I do have little bits and bobs left. So I thought, okay, and I cut it out. I sewed up the first part of it. I had to undo the shoulder seams because I sewed them, where is it? Instead of matching this edge, I matched like up here, and it looks stupid. So I undid those and I fixed that, and then I put it off to the side because I got busy with school, I got busy with work, I got busy with all the other things in life. And then this summer I'm like, you know what, it's time for you to start learning how to sew better. And I got real confident with my first top, which I did not, I mean, I made a lot of mistakes on it, but it's so awesome because I made it. And I had to go back and whip stitch all the seams because I cut them way too small, and it would have, it would have fallen apart. So with this one, I started, everything was together. So I started with the neck and the hem, hemming the neck and the sleeves. And I don't know if this will fray. I'm tempted to go back and just, sew around the edge. If you have any suggestions, I would appreciate it because I'm kind of flying blind here. And I just want to, I'm thinking about doing it. Can I do it? Should I do it? Will it lay right? Will it bother me? Ironing this, I don't think is a good thing because I do not know the composition of this fabric. It was a clearance. I do not have any of the tags for it. And I have a lot of these like jagged areas where I kind of just sandwiched stuff in and said, good enough. It's just a nightgown. But I'm thinking, I don't know if it will fray in the wash. I'm thinking it might. So I put it on. It was pretty good. Now the hem was real wonky because one section, let's see if I can find it. One section was longer than all the others, but I wanted it that long. But I didn't want to cut it off. So I spent some time and I took all the little bits and bobs that were left that were semi-straight, made them straight. They're all different sizes. Like this one is smaller than this one, and in width. And then I just went around and I matched, got to here, and then I needed a triangle. And I kind of matched it. Now I just have to hem the bottom, fix the seams. It is really soft. I will say this. It's a nightgown. it's just a simple nightgown. Would I make another one like this? Yes. Would I do things a little bit differently? Of course. But it has enough, I like to have enough armhole because I move around and I don't like to be tight when I'm sleeping. This is also up higher than my other one, so I don't feel like I'm flopping out, which is important. But, and it's so pretty. I mean, it is just so pretty. So I do have some more knit fabric. When Joann's was closing, no, oh no, that's not. When Joann's was closing, I kind of went nuts. I kind of did. I did not think of the consequences of my actions. I thought, well, actually I probably did. I thought though, it's going away, get as much as you can, stock up, be prepared. Yeah. So I did. I was like, you know what? I'm stocking up, I'm gonna get prepared. So I do have quite a bit of knit fabric. This was a mock-up for the Dottie Angel dress that does not look good on me at all. I don't know if it's the fabric I used, the size I made. It fits. I mean, when I have it on, it's fine, but when I look in the mirror, I'm like, ugh. But I have the mock-up, which I think I might transform into like, I don't know, maybe a nightgown, maybe an apron. I'm not 100% sure. But I did cut out, this is, sorry, Style Crafts, the Montana dress. So I cut that out. Oh, lots of crinkles. Oof. And I cut out the shift pattern from Simplicity's. Well, I know this is Abby Cox, and the shift pattern that she's wearing underneath this stuff. Because I want to wear something under like a dress without having more natural fibers is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to wear more natural fibers, and the slips I have are polyester, which is fine in some parts of the year, and other times not at all. So I also started cutting out the apron, and I realized I do not have enough fabric for finishing it. This is the fabric I am using. It is just a muslin, but it's a thick muslin, and it's really nice. I got it from Walmart years and years ago. So I have, I'm gonna take a small piece with me. I think I already put it in my purse. And the next time I go to Walmart, I'm gonna feel the fabric, what they have, and see if I can get anything similar. I'm really crossing my fingers. Otherwise, it's gonna be two different muslins, and it's an apron, so who cares, right? So I spent yesterday I'm not gonna even go with, there's lots of stick pins, there's lots of clips. The Montana dress is gonna be in this one, and the apron and the shift are in the muslin, but one of the muslins is super thin, super soft, and I just hope it really works. And that was a lot of fun to do. It was about 4 hours of time. 4 hours. And my feet started hurting, and I said, you know what? I'm not gonna sew. I did that. At least I have that prepped to begin with all of that. Now, how much yarn do I have? Oh, I have a lot. So, at the same time as Joann's was closing, other yarn companies were having sales. And I thought to myself, well, if I don't get it, I mean, this is going back like, right after, Christmas and right after Christmas. Actually, Thanksgiving, because I started buying. I'm just thinking back. Right after Halloween, all the way until Joann's closed to my birthday. So, a good 9 months. I was like, this is a great deal. If I buy this now at this price, I'm saving myself $300, $400. Why not? Now I started panicking with the whole carpet beetle situation that may or may not be happening at Nitpicks. I don't have a definitive answer. I wish I did. I talked to the representative. She stated that they are taking matters very seriously. They are taking care of stuff. Then there's a YouTuber who, I'm not going to say her name, you can find it, who was like really angry with all rights, you know. I mean, come on. Bugs are scary in the sense that they can infest and destroy your yarn collection, your fiber collection. But they blocked her. And I did watch one of her videos, and the second one, she has 3 about this situation. The second one, at the end of the video, she stated throughout that how would you not know you had a problem? Wouldn't you see the evidence? Blah, blah, blah. How dare they? Yada, yada, yada. And then at the end of her video, she stated that she actually had a mouse problem that she didn't know about. And then when she did, she took care of it. And then she realized what she had said on her video. And I was like, oh, okay. Things happen with every company. Do you not remember when Walmart had bed bugs? Do you not remember the lady who cut her finger got cut off and she stuck it in the Wendy's chili to get money? There are dishonest people everywhere. There are people laden with bugs that don't know it. Do I want bugs in my stuff? No. Have I been looking at my yarn collection? Yes. Do I keep my yarn in plastic bags? As you see, yes, I do. I keep them in plastic bags. I put them in plastic bins, and that's where I keep it. Is that the best method for keeping yarn safe? Yes and no. Yarn needs to breathe. Fabric needs to breathe. But I have a variety of these cheap Walmart readers, and I bought the 3+, you know, which hurt my eyes on a regular basis, but I use them with a really big floodlight to look at my yarn. I have not seen anything yet. I will, you know, if I do, I will say it. If I don't, I will say it. If my fingers are crossed, am I knocking on wood? Yes, I am. Like, I knocked out my microphone. It's a cheap thing from Amazon. So, keeping my yarn safe, keeping my fabric safe is a very high important thing for me. I really hope to buy from Nitpicks again at this moment in time. Do I need to buy from any company that's sending me any emails? No. Do I longingly look at the website and go, wow, that is such a good deal? Like when I bought my Barocco Dolce yarn, I think I got 10 balls, and I saved like $200 because it was on super clearance. And I think I got it for $70, and it was, you know, close to $300 if I bought it full price. Of course I'm going to save that kind of money. Ah, oh, that was a good deal. Yes, so I'm working through my stash. I'm working on my stuff. I really hope that this whole carpet beetle thing goes away. However they are taking care of it. You can still buy their needles. I really like their needles. I'm really happy. But you are taking a chance buying things online. You may or may not like it, and that is up to you. I took a chance on buying some more of these Nurse Pride Zings that they were kind of blowing out at the time because they were changing their brand. I really like these needles. I use them for everything. However, I wanted another set because I have so many projects going and I need that size needle, and I don't want to change. If you know, you know. And when I got the second set, there was nicks and scratches, and you could tell that it was a display. So I sent it back. I got another one, and the same thing. There was huge nicks and scratches, and I was just like, thankfully, Amazon has a good return policy at that time. We'll see what it has in the future. Anyway, I have been talking for about an hour, which is awesome. I would just like to say at this time, thank you for liking, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate this method of showing my work. I appreciate YouTube allowing just the common folk to show what they are working on, getting ideas and help from others. I have learned so much from so many. I really appreciate this format. I never thought I would be a big YouTube enthusiast. Now, there's a lot of stuff on YouTube I don't watch. There's a lot of things I don't watch just because it's not my cup of tea. So, I'm going to go for now. All my animals are now quiet and they're all like sleeping somewhere. I would like to say, have a good day, take care, have fun, and bye for now.